Here comes the revelation. Life is fundamentally straightforward. It's as simple as that. Embrace what you cannot control. You have no say in the weather, others' opinions, or past mistakes. Why struggle against them? Quit wasting energy trying to battle the inevitable. You attempted it, it didn't work out. Now, let go. Your tranquility begins when you stop trying to control everything. Cease the pursuit, relinquish control, and begin truly living. 2. Own the only areas you can truly influence, your actions and your mindset. This is your domain, your choices, your attitude, your efforts. This is where you reign supreme. Don't just participate, take charge of your decisions. How you behave, how you respond, what you concentrate on, that's entirely within your jurisdiction. Command your life. 3. Commit to being slightly better, every single day. Kaizen means small improvements lead to remarkable results. Rise each day, strive to do one thing better than the day before. One small advance, that consistent, often unnoticeable push. If you're not progressing, you're stagnating. Get ready to reshape your perspective. In an exciting way. Do you think life's ridiculously complicated? With finance, relationships, and happiness, noise is everywhere. Wrong. Life is simple. We're the ones who complicate it. Consider this. Self-help, motivation, discipline, routines, they all convey the same message. Relationships? Communicate effectively. Success? Hard work and creating value. Advancing up the ladder. Sound dull, right? So, we turn everything into complicated systems, lengthy morning routines, daily affirmations, diverse exercise plans, and mythical diets. Here's the kicker. As we chase complex answers, life is constantly offering us simple ones. The challenge? Simplicity isn't marketable. Simplicity doesn't make you feel extraordinary. The ultimate irony. Seeking complexity is what creates complexity. Life has always been easy. We just overcomplicated the search. Part 1. The Effort Paradox. Want a mind-bending revelation? Here it is. The more you strive, the more you fail. Consider these scenarios. Force sleep? You end up wide awake. Pursue happiness? It eludes you faster. Demand someone's affection? It crumbles away. This is the law of reversed effort. Desperately pursuing something often makes it slip further away, sometimes resulting in outcomes opposite to what you desire. It's like thrashing in deep waters. The harder you kick, the quicker you sink. We observe this daily. Desperate individuals? They chase away opportunities. Needy individuals? They repel connections. Stressed individuals? Peace seems unreachable. The painful irony? We understand this. If practice leads to perfection, and no one achieves perfection, this saying contradicts itself. What's the true purpose of practice? Yet, what's our instinct? Try harder. So what really works? Effort with detachment, action without anxiety, engage fully. Give your all, but then, surrender to the outcome. Don't cling tightly. There's a major distinction. Explanation. You program your brain to notice the gap between your current state and where you long to be. That longing breeds tension, anxiety, and a mindset of scarcity. When you radiate desperation, you repel opportunities. And fear? It's off-putting. Opportunities vanish, love fades, and peace escapes. Part 2. The control paradox. Ready for life's next cruel joke? The harder you attempt to control everything, the less control you actually have. Schedule every moment. Anticipate every result. Life simply chuckles, tossing you curveballs regardless. Control is like water slipping through your fingers. Hold too tightly, it evaporates quickly. Ancient wisdom. You genuinely control only two aspects: your actions and your reactions. Everything else? That belongs to life. You aren't directing life. Instead, you're riding the waves. Your aim isn't to conquer the ocean, it's to navigate the ride. Explanation. Your unyielding quest for total control ultimately weakens you. Focusing on external factors, the market, weather, and others' actions, surrenders your power. It sets you up for ongoing frustration and anxiety because 99% of reality lies beyond your control. The game isn't about bending the world to your will. It's about mastering your reactions to it. It's about choosing your actions, your words, and your mindset in life's events. That's where authentic power resides. It's not passivity but strategic energy use. Concentrate only on things uniquely within your capability to alter yourself. That's liberation. Part 3. Your brain's night shift. Rest. Here's an astonishing fact. Each night, while you're asleep, your brain conducts a thorough cleanse. Researchers found that deep sleep allows specialized fluids to flow through, clearing toxins and daily mental clutter. It's a genuine mind cleaner. Literally, your brain reduces in size to facilitate this deep cleaning. This is why you feel alert, creative, and focused after proper rest. Just one poor night leaves you feeling unproductive. Sleep isn't optional, it's paramount for system maintenance. Skip it, and you're not merely fatigued. Your mind runs with corrupted files. Explanation. You treat your phone better than your brain. You wouldn't operate your laptop without clearing old files or recharging it. Yet, you persistently demand peak performance from your most intricate organ while neglecting its critical nightly reset. This isn't just about staying awake, it's about optimal brain function. Creativity, problem-solving, emotional regulation, and memory consolidation all plummet without adequate rest. You're dulling your potential, damaging your mind, and hampering your decision-making. Prioritize sleep. It's not slothfulness, it's the wisest thing you'll do all day. Part 4. The happiness trap. Why can't you seize happiness? Because the more you pursue it, the quicker it flees. Happiness mirrors an enforced laugh. The harder you strive to laugh, the less authentic it feels. But genuine joy arises naturally when you immerse yourself in something enjoyable. We've all participated in this cycle. I'll be happy once I land the job, the relationship, the perfect physique. But neuroscience reveals a truth. Your brain has a happiness set point. It often forgets it's about the journey, not just the finish line. Win the lottery? In 6 months, you'll revert to your baseline. Endure a profound loss? Same situation. This is called the hedonic treadmill. You're racing, but not truly moving forward. Happiness isn't a destination. It's an outcome. It arises from progress, not static accomplishments, connection instead of possessions, generosity over receiving. The ultimate contradiction? The less you chase it, the more it comes to you. Explanation. You seek happiness in the wrong places. You've been conditioned to perceive it as a reward, achieved following external events. But your brain isn't designed that way. It constantly recalibrates. The thrill of a new car, the promotion, or an ideal relationship is ephemeral. Genuine, lasting happiness isn't birthed from grand victories. It's nestled in small, consistent acts of growth, purpose, and real connections. Building a meaningful life isn't about just amassing shiny objects or ticking off tasks. Stop running a race you can't win. Focus on creating a life rich with experiences, learning, and contribution. Happiness isn't an endpoint, it's a natural outcome of living authentically. Part 5. Your biased brain hears the stark reality. Your brain is not a truth machine, it's a bias generator. Confirmation bias? You selectively find evidence supporting what you already think. Halo effect? Attractive individuals seem inherently smarter. Loss aversion? Losing hurts much more than winning feels pleasing. You judge others by their actions but yourself based on intentions. You believe you're above average in nearly everything. Your brain doesn't capture reality, it skims, edits, and remixes its narrative. You can't stop these biases, they're hardwired survival mechanisms. The key is awareness. When you feel certain about something, pause. Ask, which bias influences my thinking? That pause, that's the birth of wisdom. Explanation. You're not the reasonable, logical being you imagine. Your brain efficiently relies on shortcuts, meant predominantly for survival rather than absolute truth. It distorts incoming information to fit existing beliefs, safeguards your ego, and amplifies perceived threats. This isn't a flaw, it's simply its function. Ignoring this reality means making decisions based on filtered, skewed information. You'll dig in on poor ideas, misinterpret individuals, and miss chances because your narrative creates the plot. The goal isn't to eradicate bias, which is impossible, but to recognize it in action. That moment of self-reflection, is this genuinely objective, or is my brain misleading me? Is your superpower. It lets you escape your mental confines and perceive things more accurately. This awareness forms the cornerstone of critical thinking and sound judgment. Part 6. The 90/10 emotional rule. Statistically, 90% of your choices stem from emotions. Only 10% arise from logic. You didn't choose your career based on a spreadsheet, you followed your instincts. Later, you rationalized the choice. That instinctive feeling about someone? That's your emotional brain operating at lightning speed, 500,000 times quicker than your conscious thoughts. By the time you deliberate, your emotions have already made the decision. This isn't bad news. It signifies emotions are informational, not rulers. The real power lies in the pause, the small gap between feeling something and reacting to it. That is where choice exists. Explanation. You aren't solely guided by logic. None of us are. We like to think we are, but our primal emotional brain always tries to take charge. This is why individuals commit irrational choices they often regret, or why a sudden feeling can overrule detailed planning. You can't deactivate your emotions, they're integral to your operating system, continuously providing signals. The secret is to prevent them from unconsciously controlling you. Acknowledge the feeling, recognize it as a signal, but don't act immediately. Create that pause. That moment of separation between impulse and action is where your freedom and power lie. It's where you can determine if the emotional data leads to a wise choice or a regrettable error. You can't halt feelings, but you can absolutely choose how to respond. Part 7. Memory, your fiction writer. Your memories aren't recordings, they're more like Wikipedia pages, endlessly edited and distorted. Every time you recollect an event, you aren't just pulling it up, you're rewriting it. You're not recalling the actual event, you're remembering the last moment you recalled it. This explains why eyewitness accounts can be unreliable. Even court testimonies mix fact with fiction. But here's the revolutionary thought: if memories are narratives, you can consciously edit them. You can't alter history, but you can change its significance. You're already the author of your past, you might as well craft it intentionally. Explanation: this isn't about spinning tales. It's about empowering yourself. Your brain's memory isn't a reliable recorder, it's a creative narrative shaper, deeply influenced by your present feelings, knowledge, and biases. This implies a painful incident from your past doesn't have to define you indefinitely. You can't erase it, but you can choose to alter its significance. Did a past setback weaken you, or did it fuel resilience? Did a hurtful remark devastate you, or did it enlighten you about others' limits? By intentionally rewriting the story surrounding your past experiences, you shift their emotional weight and their influence over your present and future. You can take charge of your personal history, transforming it into a source of empowerment instead of entrapment. You control the narrative. Redefine your story. Part 8. The 80-20th principle. Here's the ultimate life hack. 20% of your actions yield 80% of your outcomes. The remaining 80%? Pure noise. That's Pareto's principle. Think about this. 20% of your relationships contribute 80% of your happiness. 20% of your habits result in 80% of your distress. If you doubt this, check your closet. You wear 20% of your clothing 80% of the time. Life isn't equitable, it's exponential. The message is brutally clear. Identify your critical 20%. Eliminate the inconsequential 80%. Most of your daily actions matter far less than you think. That's the harsh truth, but it's also your greatest freedom. Explanation: you're likely expending energy across numerous activities, believing that broad effort translates into superior results. This principle dismantles that illusion. It compels you to recognize the few significant elements that truly drive progress, in your work, relationships, health, and satisfaction. The strength of the 80-20th rule is rooted in its efficiency. Stop attempting to optimize everything. Don't afford equal importance to every task, person, or habit. Instead, focus on actions yielding the largest returns. Eliminate time-wasting activities, low-impact pursuits, and draining relationships. Consciously applying this reveals substantial leverage, achieving more by doing less, specifically engaging in the right activities more effectively. It's not about laziness, it's about being exceptionally strategic with your limited time and energy. Part 9. Habit loops. Your autopilot. Here's a perspective that transforms everything. You don't possess bad habits. You have effective loops, just with harmful rewards. It always functions the same way. Cue right pointing arrow routine, right pointing arrow reward. Stress strikes, right pointing arrow, you reach for junk food, right pointing arrow, you gain momentary relief. Boredom hits, right pointing arrow, you scrolling through your phone, right pointing arrow, you get a dopamine burst. Your mind isn't concerned whether it supports or harms you. It merely runs the loop. And here's the twist: you can't eradicate habits. You can only replace them. Maintain the same cue, seek the same reward, but swap in a healthier routine. Stressed? Opt for push-ups instead of snacks. Bored? Read rather than scroll through your phone. 40% of your daily routine functions on autopilot. Intentionally designing these loops transforms autopilot into your strongest ally. Explanation: you've been chastising yourself for having bad habits, but that's the incorrect battle. Your mind isn't flawed, it efficiently organizes automated routines to achieve a reward. The issue isn't the loop itself, it's the routine conditioned during that loop that yields unhelpful rewards. Attempting to delete a habit is like trying to unlearn riding a bike, impossible. The neural pathway exists already. Genuine power lies in redirecting that pathway. When the cue arises, and you crave the familiar reward, consciously incorporate a new, healthier routine. The satisfaction will gradually cement this new routine as the default. Understanding this mechanism allows you to collaborate with your mind instead of resisting it. Suddenly, that 40% operating on autopilot propels you forward effortlessly. This is how you redefine your future, one loop at a time. Part 10. The compound effect. Here's the mathematics that alters everything. The ultimate life trick. Improve just 1% daily, and by the year's end, you'll become 37 times better. Declining by 1% daily, and you'll reduce to just 3% of your potential. This is the compound effect. Each minor choice is far from trivial, they shape your destiny. One page read, one push-up, $1 saved. Results may trickle in, then they explode. If you desire incremental progress today, click subscribe, like and comment. Daily actions motivate me to create these videos, so please share. And yes, it works in reverse. One missed workout may seem negligible. But skip 100 workouts? Everything shifts. Motivation? Willpower? Secondary. The math is key. It's about systems or discipline, not purely about goals. It's about trajectory, not solely intensity. Small daily acts, multiplied by time. Explanation: you've been advised to pursue grand, eye-catching objectives. You've been taught motivation is essential. Yet motivation wanes. Willpower can dwindle. The compound effect uncovers a stark reality: consistency always overshadows intensity. It forms the invisible force that either uplifts or undermines you. Every minimal choice, every seemingly unimportant action, either enhances or diminishes your growth. Over days, weeks, and months, these tiny decisions accumulate, leading to significant consequences, for good or ill. Cease waiting for inspiration. Stop leaning on heroic efforts. Instead, cultivate simple, sustainable systems ensuring that 1% progress happens daily. Part 11. Karma. Karma simply signifies, what you sow, you will reap. If you spread kindness, kindness will return to you. If you sow anger, anger will reflect back. Life behaves like a mirror, it shows you what you extend. But here's an important truth: karma isn't instantaneous. That's why life can feel unfair at times. Nothing is ever erased. Every word, every decision, every act, it circles back, some way or other. And the greatest news? Karma isn't about retaliation. It's about growth. Even missteps can provide lessons. Even hardship fosters growth. So how do we coexist with karma? By sowing better seeds. Choose honesty over deceit, compassion over resentment, forgiveness over revenge. Every decision you make today shapes your future. That's karma. That's life, simplified. The conclusion: life in 3 steps. And there it is, your ultimate life hack. 1. Embrace what you can't control. Almost everything. 2. Take charge of what you can control. Your actions and responses. 3. Incrementally improve daily. The math will handle everything else. That's all. Everything else is merely explanation. Life doesn't revolve around discovering who you are. It's about crafting who you will become. Choice by choice, habit by habit, day by day. Life has always been straightforward, because the greatest truth remains. We just tuned it out. Thank you.